Okay, the purpose of this video essay is to present solutions to current problems um, dealing with promoting gender equality and reducing child mortality rate um, and improving maternal health. Now, dealing specifically with my adopted country, which is Suriname. Now, Suriname is part of South America, so they're actually located to the left of them is Guyana, and then to the right is French Guiana, and then to the south they have Brazil, and then the north is like the North Atlantic, so they're definitely a coastal city. Um, Now, the three millennial goals that we're focusing on, as I kind of said, is number one, which this is actually the um, third millennial goal, is promoting gender equality and empowering women. Um, Now, basically, this isn't so much as a women's activist movement or women's rights or anything like that. More of it's kind of bestowing upon some of these developing countries this idea that women are important and are fundamental in society. And that's not to say that women should take over men's roles. It's just saying that in their own way they will be important, and in a lot of these countries that they won't be taken advantage of. Um, giving women the right to stand up for themselves, sort of, so to speak, as well. Now the second one, well, it's actually the fourth millennial goal, but the second one we'll be talking about is reducing child mortality rate. In a lot of these countries, that's a huge issue of children dying, at birth or at a young age. Has to do with the health of the nation, with the it often do with the mother's involvement in the home, but that's something we're also going to look at. And the third goal that we're going to look at, which is actually the fifth millennial development goal, is improving maternal health. Um, and this actually they're all kind of intertied with a lot of these millennials. I feel like if you fix one, you'll improve the others as well. And I think it's surprising to see how much maternal health can help improve these other areas. Now, why is it important that these goals be met in in Suriname and I guess in the world in general? Is for a couple of different reasons. I mean, of course, it's because of this idea of every nation, every people should have the ability to live a certain quality of life and to have certain rights. And of course, I feel like that's something that we as Americans also believe, in these inalienable rights. But also just to say that I have I have the right to be able to live my life at a certain standard. Now, it's also important for these countries in particular because um, kind of going along with this idea of a flat world and that the market or the field for new ideas is coming from all over the world. We want to be able to make sure kind of the self-interest of our country and every country is to make sure that however many people we can get on board with this movement, so to speak, the better, because the more ideas you have coming in, the more innovation. Just think of all the potential that could be in Suriname that we could be missing out because they don't have the resources, or they're not there at a cultural level, or a women's rights level, or anything like that, to be able to influence the world like they will want to influence. Now, some of the things that I'm going to be discussing, pretty basic, going to be talking about the background of Suriname, especially in relation to these three development goals, kind of where they're coming from and where we hope to be going. I'm going to identify a key problem um, that's kind of linked to all these goals, and how that key problem may be holding Suriname back from developing as we'd want it to. I'm going to talk about solution to that problem, what we can do to possibly fix it, kind of some brainstorming, some research there. Um, and with that solution, the last two things we want to look at are both the regional impact and the global impact. So how is that going to affect the nations around Suriname? How is it going to affect the uh, global environment or perspective or whatnot? Um, Conclude with some suggestions about things that would specifically help Suriname meet that goal that we've set forth. So that's kind of where we're going with this, and hope you stick with me for this video essay as I like to think of it.